Archangel Michael declares. Attention, beloved of the Most High. The pending miracle, the one for which your soul has become a living, breathing prayer, has been officially, irrevocably approved by the Supreme Court of Heaven. The decree is sealed. The order for release has been given. But hearken, you must open this divine dispatch before the clock strikes the watch of this night to receive the full manifestation of this great news. My precious, weary child, stop. Stop everything you are doing in this exact second. Halt the scroll of your mind. Quiet the chatter of your day. This moment is not of earth. It is a bubble of eternity, a puncture in the fabric of time, inserted directly into your timeline by divine command. This very second, the one in which your eyes trace this syllable, was chosen, ordained, and calendared in the halls of heaven before your first breath was drawn. Today is May 26th. And I, the Lord your God, the Ancient of Days, the Father of Lights, am speaking to you now through my mighty Archangel, Michael, who is, as you read this, standing physically by your right side. Yes. Now. His celestial armor may be invisible to your natural eye, but his presence is a tangible force, a pillar of fiery protection and unwavering authority. He is here because your name has just been called in the spiritual realm with a resonance that silenced lesser angels. You may see nothing with your physical eyes. The curtain of your circumstance may still look heavy, unmoved. But behind that veil, heaven is in a state of furious, loving motion, because of your faith. Because of the salt of your tears that fell in secret. Because of the relentless, stubborn hope you wielded while you waited, even when waiting felt like a form of dying. Archangel Michael leans to me now, his voice a low thunder of urgency. Tell them. Tell them without delay. Their long-pending miracle has finally passed the final review. The yes is now active. You have been asking, have you not? In the shower where the water drowned your sobs. In the car where the radio played but you heard only the silence of heaven. You have whispered your most fragile dreams to me in the dead of night, when the world was asleep and your soul was painfully awake. And in your darkest moments, you thought, he isn't listening. My words hit the ceiling and fall back, unheard. But I was. I am. I have been, from before the first syllable formed on your lips. This message is not a broadcast for the masses. It is a sealed scroll with a single name on it. It is for the one whose heart just performed a sudden, painful somersault in their chest upon reading that line. It is for the one now covered in inexplicable goosebumps, because their spirit, the eternal part of them, is leaping up in recognition, shouting, this. This is what I've been sensing. This is the sound I've been waiting for. Yes. You. I chose you, specifically you, to intercept this transmission today. Heaven is not late, child. Do not accuse my timing. Heaven operates on the perfect clock of purpose, where every second is a seed of destiny. And today, May 26th, the file with your name on it reached the summit of the divine docket. A verdict has been rendered. A judgment has been made, in your favor. A miracle, which has been kept in a sealed vessel of preservation, has had that seal broken, and your name is etched upon it in light. The angel personally assigned to your case, your guardian, your advocate, has been laboring tirelessly, pushing back against layers of spiritual resistance, bureaucratic delays in the heavenlies, and the accumulated debris of generational patterns. And I, Michael, say to the Lord, the path is clear. The opposition is scattered. Now is the moment of delivery. Tell them, open this proclamation before tonight. If they do, the great news will not merely be announced, it will be initiated. I want you to pause. Physically pause. Set down your phone or still your hands. Close your eyes for one heartbeat. Now, take a deep, shuddering breath, not into your lungs only, but into your spirit. Feel my presence. The chills cascading over your skin like a gentle waterfall, the sudden warmth in your chest, the tightness in your throat that is not grief but awe, that is me, my child. My tangible spirit, brushing against the edges of your being. I need you to trust me. One more time. With the kind of trust that feels like stepping off a cliff into a fog. One more step of obedience. One more, yes, whispered from the depths of your soul, even if that, yes, is cracked and hoarse. One more moment of choosing to believe before the evidence appears. Because what is coming toward you is of such magnitude, such specific glory, that its delay was a necessity of its power. Some of your delays were not denials, they were divine shelters, protecting you from receiving a blessing before you were fortified to hold it without it destroying you. Some rejections that carved canyons of pain in your heart were not abandonments, they were violent redirections, steering you off a path that led to a cliff you could not see. You thought I forgot you. You thought your file was buried under more pressing prayers. But I was not idle. I have been, like a master architect and a loving father combined, preparing a better room for you to enter. A room with a view of your destiny, furnished with peace, with windows that catch the dawn. My dove, my quiet, persevering one, wait. If in your spirit you are resonating, if a quiet voice is saying, "This is my word," then act in faith. Pause this reading. Go to the top of this page. Tap subscribe. Let that be your physical amen. Then, return here and type the words, "I receive this," in the comments below. This is not about algorithms or engagement. This is a spiritual transaction. Your action is an act of faith. Your faith is the key that turns in the lock of a door already opened in heaven. Do not skip this. Do not intellectualize it away. That one, seemingly small physical action creates a shift in the spiritual realm, aligning your will with mine, creating a conduit for the delivery. Dove, you are not reading this by accident. I, Michael, did not stand vigil for 2 hours in your room last night merely to offer a casual comfort. No. I have been in a state of divine combat, fighting to clear the path of spiritual debris, of cursed words spoken over you, of invisible contracts signed in your ignorance. That relationship that haunts your wondering, your what if. Clarity is coming. That opportunity that slipped through your fingers like sand, it is not lost, it is orbiting back, and it will return not as it was, but better, upgraded, tailored to the person you have become. That free-floating fear that grips you in the middle of the day, it is about to be cast out by a power not your own, because I am standing with you, hand in your hand, and we are taking steps together, now. And tonight, before the stars assume their fixed positions, before the night winds sigh into stillness, you will feel it. A subtle, irreversible change in the atmosphere of your spirit. A loosening. A lightening. There exists a chamber in heaven, walls lined with living scrolls. This is the hall of remembrance. In it are kept the faithful records of every prayer you have ever uttered. Not just the eloquent ones, but the garbled, tear-choked ones. The pages are stained with the salt of your tears, scented with the incense of your sighs. Page upon page documents the times you wept in absolute silence, the times you chose costly love when hate was the easier, justifiable option, the times you helped another carry their burden even when your own arms were empty and shaking. Child, I saw it all. Every entry. And do you know what has been inscribed in letters of flaming grace across the summary of your file today? Release the miracle. Authorization, immediate and full. This is not merely a blessing. It is the kind of intervention that changes your name in the spirit. It will cause those who know you to stop, blink, and whisper among themselves, how did this happen for them? What shifted? Someone in your life, someone whose attitude has been a source of pain, is about to have their heart supernaturally softened toward you. I am touching them in their sleep, in their quiet moments, reshaping their perception. That person you have cried over, yes, the one whose face flashes before you in unguarded moments, the one you still pray for in your secret hours, they are being gently, irresistibly pulled toward the new light now radiating from you. But listen to my heart on this, I do not want you to chase. I want you to rest. To be so secure in my affection that you become a pillar, not a pursuer. Trust me to orchestrate the divine alignments. To bring the ones who are meant for your journey at the perfect time, on the path I have already paved. Your season of mourning is officially ending. I am sounding a trumpet in the spirit over your life, celebration is declared. I am pouring the oil of gladness into the very hollows of your soul where you once hid your tears, where the echoes of your weeping lingered. And this, all of this, is merely the overture. The first movement of a symphony of restoration. Doors that have been rusted shut for years will begin to groan open without a key. Phone calls you had given up expecting will come, the ringtone a shock to your system. Emails you forgot you ever sent, prayers you forgot you ever prayed, will find their way back to you with a response attached. A new chapter, written in the ink of mercy, has been sitting on the shelf of eternity, waiting for you to believe again. So believe, child. I know the texture of your weariness. I have felt the weight of your, close to quitting. But you didn't. Even if your progress was a crawl, a desperate inch-by-inch pull forward, you did not stop. That is why this particular blessing carries a different frequency. It is tailor-made, custom-fit. It is a reward that only your spiritual fingerprint can claim, because you didn't just wait passively. You waited well. You waited with a flicker of hope in your eyes. You waited with humility, refusing to become bitter. You waited even with heartbreak cradled in your hands, offering it to me. And now the Council of Heaven has convened and issued a unanimous verdict, enough. Let them rise. Watch what happens when you dare to take this word and plant it in the soil of your belief. Angels are not ethereal spectators. They are messengers, warriors, deliverers of my will. I, Michael, am not gently tidying your path. I am forcefully clearing it, my sword severing entangled roots of despair, my authority commanding mountains of obstruction to be cast into the sea. Every unseen battle that has raged in the high places over your destiny is being settled, right now, in your favor. The enemy is confounded. His strategy relied on your surrender by now. He projected your breaking point weeks, months ago. But here you are. Still holding on. And your stubborn, faithful hold has become the very pivot point, the leverage for your breakthrough. If you have ever laid awake wondering, when will my story turn? When does the page flip? The answer is, today. May 26th. If you open this message with the hands of your spirit before tonight and receive it into the core of your being, there will be a moment, perhaps a small, private sign, perhaps something undeniably huge, that will serve as your personal token, your fleece. It will whisper, I am here. Expect it. Look for it. Do not rationalize it away when it comes. It is me. And once I begin this specific blessing cycle, I will not stop until every shadowed corner, every neglected room, every broken fragment of your life reflects the multifaceted glory of my nature. Child, I need you to get ready. Prepare in your mind, renew it with truth. Prepare in your heart, make room by forgiving. Prepare in your home, create space, literally and spiritually, for new things. Because what is coming has such spiritual mass that your current container, your former version of self, could not have sustained it. That is why I allowed certain people to walk away, not as a punishment, but as a necessary pruning. That is why certain endeavors collapsed, not as a judgment, but as a protective demolition. I am growing you, stretching you, elevating you. For this miracle is not merely for your comfort, it is the fuel for your calling. This is bigger than your immediate desires. Someone who spoke words against you, who discounted your anointing, will one day stand in reverent shock at what I have built from the ashes they tried to assign you. Your name will be mentioned with favor in a room you've never physically entered, by people you have never met. A financial door, sealed by fear and lack, is being blasted open not by luck or hustle, but because heaven has decreed, enough delay. A breakthrough that has skipped over generations in your lineage, a blessing of health, of creativity, of peace, will stop it skipping at you. And your family line will one day look back and thank God for your faithfulness, for your willingness to be the conduit. Your prayers were never empty words hurled into a void. They were seeds, each one containing divine DNA. And now, the season of harvest has been announced. It will come pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Even those who have positioned themselves against you will witness your rise and be forced to admit, this had to be God. So, my beloved, do not scroll past this moment. Do not file this under nice sentiment. I, Michael, waited for the precise moment your spirit would be most receptive to deliver this. This is not coincidence. This is appointment. I need you to lift your eyes from the screen, just for a second. Look up. Speak faith out loud. Let your voice tremble, it does not matter. Say it, my miracle has been approved. Say it until the words move from your tongue to your heart, until your nervous system believes what your spirit already knows. Because it is real. It is moving. It is yours. And if a sliver of doubt remains, a ghost of, what if I'm imagining this, I instruct you, tonight, go stand before a mirror. Look into your own eyes, past the fatigue, past the history. See the eternal being I see. And speak to that reflection, heaven has spoken over me. Watch. Watch as a peace that defies your circumstances floods your chest. Watch as something deep within your spirit settles, sighs, and whispers back, yes. I know. Because something in you already knows. This is the moment your prayers have been weaving together. This is the breakthrough for which your soul has been a living, aching womb. Dove, pause here. Take that deep, physical breath. If this resonance is happening within you, do not let it pass without a testimony. Comment below, I receive this. And if you have not yet subscribed, let that be your next act of alignment. This interaction is not about metrics, it is about spiritual mechanics. You are aligning your will with heaven's timing. You are activating with your faith what has already been activated in the spirit. Dove, keep watching. Keep receiving. Keep believing. Yes, child. Keep your heart open, for the remainder of this message carries the very weight of heaven's truth, and it is coming toward your life now not as a hurricane, but as a soft, unstoppable, all-encompassing wave of pure light. You are not forgotten. You are not behind schedule. You are not late. And the things that have drawn tears of confusion from your eyes are about to be assembled into a mosaic of purpose so beautiful, it will make sense in a way that only I, your Heavenly Father, the Master Storyteller, can reveal. I never ignored your pain. I collected each tear in a bottle, a sacred vial with your name engraved upon it. They are not wasted. They are holy water. And now, I am tipping those bottles over the dry ground of your past, and from them are springing up the very answers to questions you did not yet know how to form. I, Michael, am not delivering a casual, feel-good message today. I am on assignment. I have stood sentinel beside your bed while you wrestled with nightmares of failure. I have whispered courage into your dreams. I have strategically redirected your steps, closing paths that felt like open doors, sparing you detours of heartache you cannot fathom. I am the reason your heart, though bruised, was not shattered beyond repair when the blow came. And today, with the voice of the Lord echoing through my being, I deliver this final, factual report. Your pending miracle has been signed by the Lamb, stamped with the seal of the Spirit, and sent via angelic courier. Someone you love, someone connected to you by soul or blood, is going to feel a sudden, unexplained tug in their spirit toward you tonight. They won't understand why your face fills their mind, why a warmth of concern or love for you washes over them unbidden. But you will know. For this is what I do when I am about to reconnect threads of destiny that were always meant to be woven together. This is not about forcing reconciliation. This is about divine synchronicity. That person holds a piece of your story, and you hold a piece of theirs. Do not panic if the full picture remains a mystery. I am the God who parts seas at the last possible second. I crumble Jericho walls with a shout of faith. I take the least likely, the most wounded, and lift them into positions of undeniable honor. And I do not require a perfect resume to do it. Only your yes. Even a trembling yes. Even a yes soaked in fatigue. Even an I'm not sure but I have nowhere else to go yes. If you say yes to me now, you are stepping across the threshold of a day that will begin to rewrite the narrative of the rest of your life. Listen closely. I am commissioning a human agent to speak into your life very soon. They will confirm, unknowingly, the essence of what you have read here. It may be a stranger's offhand comment, a friend's unexpected counsel, a message in a song, a scene in a dream. But when it happens, your spirit will jump in recognition. That was the confirmation. This is your season of divine confirmations. I am no longer asking you to walk in blind faith. I am going to show you, repeatedly, gently, undeniably. Yes, child. I am calling you to a bold belief, because what you are about to experience requires a prepared vessel. Can you imagine it? The moment the news you've waited for lands. That message. That approval. That apology. That unexpected deposit. That phone call. That sudden, silent knowing that the storm has passed. Can you feel the potential of that moment vibrating in the very air around you now? That vibration is the sound of angelic wings moving at speed. But hear my clarity, I do not want you to beg for this miracle. I want you to expect it. Like a child who sits by the window, absolutely certain of their parents' return, not with anxiety, but with excited anticipation. I want your heart to rest, not wrestle. To trust, not tremble. You have done enough worrying. The mantle of anxiety is not yours to wear. Now is the time to welcome what has already been inscribed to you. There is a place I am preparing for you. Not just a physical location, but a position in a person's heart, a niche in a community, a slot in a destiny-fulfilling opportunity. And you will not be chosen through competition or strife. You will be chosen because your spirit, your newly aligned, peace-carrying spirit, will be a perfect resonance match. There will be no striving in this season. Only flow. Only peace. Only right timing. Only favor that looks like grace. Child, hold this truth: the more powerful the miracle, the longer the preparation arc. You have not been delayed. You have been precisely positioned. I have been orchestrating the convergence of the right people, the right moments, the right opportunities, so that when you walk into them, it will feel as if the entire universe had been holding its breath, waiting for your arrival. If discouragement tries to ambush you, return to this scroll. Read it aloud. Speak it into the atmosphere of your home, your car, your mind. This is not mere text. It is a living seed of truth I have planted directly into the soil of your soul. You will know it is from me because it will bring a profound peace even amidst unresolved circumstances. That is the fingerprint of my voice. There are people in your orbit who have underestimated you. They did not perceive the power in your quiet prayers. They could not feel the purity of your intentions beneath your struggles. But soon, I will unveil what I have been hiding in you, the treasure in the earthen vessel. They will look again, and this time, they will see what I have always seen. Do not take revenge. Do not chase their validation. I will elevate you in a manner that is undeniable, that requires no explanation. You have asked, but when, Lord? When? I am answering you now. Today. Today is the genesis. Not necessarily the full manifestation, but the unmistakable beginning. Not all at once, but steadily, irresistibly. The way a river begins with a single spring. The way dawn breaks not in an instant, but by chasing away the darkness degree by degree. It will come. And it will multiply. And my child, do not be intimidated by the bigness of what is coming. Do not shrink your expectations to make others comfortable. You were engineered for more. You were born for epochs like this. That is precisely why you have faced such concentrated pressure, because what is on you is greater than what was around you. Heaven is not demanding your perfection. Heaven is requiring your readiness. And right now, in this moment of surrender, you are. Even if you feel frail, I know your true strength. I fashioned you. I shaped you in the womb for this very season. You are not late. You are not broken beyond use. You are not too far gone. You are right on time, standing on the exact coordinates of your destiny. And tonight, yes, tonight, if you are reading this before midnight settles its cloak, expect a sign. A word. A whisper in your spirit. A sudden, crystal clear realization. You will know. This is my love letter to you. Pause. Type it, I receive this divine miracle. If this word burns in your heart like a holy fire, share it with one other person whose spirit you are carrying. This may be the divine interception that resuscitates their hope. Now, breathe, child. Smile. Even if it feels unfamiliar, let your heart flex the long-unused muscle of joy. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are chosen. And all of this is just the overture. Yes, child. Let us continue. For your heart needs the final installment. Do not stop now. Do not close this scroll thinking the transmission is complete. The reason you are still here, your spirit clinging to each word, is because your soul recognizes that something sacred is still unfolding in this shared, holy space. I, Michael, remain at your side. The Lord God is still speaking. And the miracle, its leading edge is now closer to your reality than your next heartbeat. Listen, with the ear of your spirit. There is someone observing you from a distance. Not with malice, but with a growing, inexplicable awe. They sense a difference in you they cannot name. You linger in their thoughts, and they do not understand why. But I do. Because I have stoked the holy flame within you, and its light is now too bright to be contained. That is the source of the strange spiritual pressure you have felt, the glory within, straining against the confines of your old self. Even those who chose to walk away will feel a pull to look back, wondering how you not only survived the storm they thought would destroy you, but emerged, luminous. Understand this now, at the core of your being, I never intended for you to merely make it through. I destined you to shine. I did not guide you through the valley of shadows so you could simply reach the other side, breathless and traumatized. I led you through so you could be transformed into a being of light who carries the dawn within them. You are not ordinary. You are heaven-sent. Your pain was permitted purpose. Your silence was full of my listening. Your mistakes. Yes, even those. I am integrating them into a testimony of such raw, redeeming power that others will find their way back to me simply by witnessing the story of your rise. Tonight, I am sending a confirmation so personal, so tailored, that you will smile even as tears of release trace your cheeks. Something will click into place within you. A burden you have carried for so long you think it is part of your skeleton will simply lift. Someone will speak a word that feels not like advice, but like homecoming. And when it happens, I want you to pause. Look heavenward, and whisper, I see it, God. I see you. This is how we maintain the connection. This is how you keep the channel open. For I am never finished speaking. My dialogue with you is eternal. But I need one thing from you, even now. Speak this aloud, with whatever faith you can muster. My life is not over. My best chapter has not yet been written. And my miracle is now in transit. Let it echo in your room. Let it challenge the atmosphere. For your spoken word in alignment with my will is a creative force. It commissions angels. It activates heavenly protocols. Someone is being stirred to be a blessing to you. They will not know why they are drawn to you, why they feel compelled to offer favor, opportunity, or love. But I know. It is because you stayed kind when kindness cost you. You remained humble when you had reason for pride. You passed silent, uncelebrated tests of integrity, and I was the sole witness. And now, I am releasing the reward, not as wages for labor, but as the natural fruit of a life that chose to believe in my goodness when evidence was scarce. I am proud of you. Let that truth sink past your defenses, down to the marrow of your soul. I see the cost. I know the weight of what you have carried. And now, I am leading you into a new dwelling place within yourself, a place of peace, of safety, of profound healing. Regarding that person who left, whose absence is a phantom limb, let me speak a liberating truth. They were a chapter in your story. A significant, perhaps painful, chapter. But they were never the entire book. Some souls are brought into your life to deliver a lesson, not to share a lifetime. Release them. Not with bitterness, but with a blessing. For what I am orchestrating next is not a maybe or a perhaps. It is a divine promise. I have prepared a connection, be it romantic, platonic, or professional, that will be a resonant match. Someone who will honor the sacredness of your heart, who will see the divine light in your eyes and cherish it, not exploit it. You have carried solitude for too long. Help is coming. Watch for it. Observe how burdens begin to lift. See how strangers become divine agents. Notice how doors open not by your pounding, but by my command. Even those who once overlooked you will suddenly perceive your worth. For I have placed upon you a favor that rests like a crown. And no earthly rejection, no spiritual delay, no uttered curse can remove what I have bestowed. This is more than a fortunate moment. This is a God moment. And your instruction is this: stay available. Stay yielded. Do not rush ahead, trying to construct the blessing with your own weary hands. I am already ahead of you, arranging the pieces. If you will trust me, I will teach you to find joy in the waiting, to see it not as a barren desert, but as a season of divine cultivation. You have spent enough nights haunted by, what if? Now, I want your declaration to be, even if. Even if the answer looks different than I imagined, I will trust God. Even if the timing adjusts, I will trust God. Even if one door closes, I know He makes a way. And when my way manifests, it will surpass your finest, most detailed dream. Child, there is still time tonight. If you are reading this before midnight, whisper this prayer from a place of surrender, not demand. God, I surrender my timeline. I receive your promise. I believe. Let it be done unto me according to your word. And then, watch. Watch how heaven mobilizes on your behalf. Watch how peace colonizes territories in your soul once occupied by fear. Watch how this very message, which you almost skipped, becomes the cornerstone of your testimony that I was with you all along. If this word has found its mark in your spirit, do not let it pass without a testament. Comment below, I receive my miracle in faith. And ensure you are subscribed. For this is not a solitary transmission, but part of an ongoing divine dialogue. Your miracle may be one shared word away from triggering someone else's breakthrough. Never forget, you were born for this. You were chosen before the foundations of the world were laid. You are now stepping into a grace that transmutes painful stories into powerful testimonies. It is happening. It is initiating. And it is all yours. Yes, child. Do not look away now. You have journeyed too deep into this revelation to turn back. Stay with me a moment longer. I, Michael, am still here. Standing guard. Holding the scroll of your release. And inscribed upon it, in a language of living fire, are the words, approved. Appointed. Anointed. Your name is the header. This blessing did not arrive quickly because its dimensions required a vessel of expanded capacity. I have been stretching you. I have been asking you to release the familiar, not to punish you, but to protect the sacred thing I was germinating within you. This is more than a personal answer. It is a legacy seed, designed to bless not only you, but generations who will follow you. You asked, God, why has it been so hard? Hear my answer, from the depths of your own sanctified spirit, because what I am performing in you is sacred. Eternal. Not everyone is cleared for this level of destiny. Not everyone was meant to accompany you on this ascent. But you are my chosen vessel for this path. Listen, with everything in you, the pain did not break you. It built you. It hollowed out caverns in your soul so that when my glory floods in, you will have the capacity to carry a weight of joy, a depth of peace, an abundance of purpose you could not previously have contained. Others would have relinquished their hold by now. But not you. You stayed. You kept your heart open, however cautiously. You still listened for my whisper. That is why this approaching miracle will feel profoundly personal, as if it were crafted by my own hands and delivered directly to your door. You are not invisible. You are seen with perfect clarity. And tonight, in the unseen realm, a shift of tectonic proportion is occurring under your name. People are speaking of you in rooms whose doors you have never physically touched. Someone is making a decision that will serendipitously benefit you, guided by my unseen hand. I have placed your name in realms where favor is a currency, favor for opportunity, for healing, for supernatural restoration of things you had grieved as permanently lost. Do not fear. Do not doubt. When I decree, it is law. When I decide, no power can revoke it. I have decided, this is your time. That secret pain. I am healing it at the root. That private, gnawing anxiety. I am displacing it with a peace that will baffle you. That door that slammed shut. I am engineering an entrance you never envisioned, to a room better suited for who you are becoming. Child, perform a small, powerful act of trust. Wherever you are, place your hand over your heart. Feel its rhythm, the drumbeat of a life I sustain. And whisper, God, I trust you with everything. Even with what I cannot currently comprehend. Now, breathe. Feel the warmth, the calm spreading from your core. That is me. This is not about religion or ritual. This is about relationship. A bond no storm can sever. A connection no lie can untie. From this day forward, walk differently. Not in the shuffle of fear, but with the stride of faith. Not in the fog of confusion, but with the clarity of one who is led. And listen, that one deep, silent prayer, the one you hold too sacred, too painful, too impossible to voice to anyone else. I am answering it. In pieces. In divine installments. You will see the first clue soon. In a conversation that circles back. In a dream that lingers. In a number sequence that feels like a wink. In an unexpected reach out. When it comes, your spirit will leap in recognition. This is the beginning of that answer. Miracles do not always arrive with fanfare. Often, they come like a gentle breeze that changes the air. Like a quiet knowing that settles your stomach. Like an unexpected, perfect embrace. This is how yours is approaching. Gently. Perfectly. On time. But when it lands, it will change everything. Therefore, prepare. Do not live as if tomorrow will be a carbon copy of yesterday. Live with the expectation that everything is on the cusp of transformation. Tend your inner space. Complete the unfinished. Speak gratitude before the blessing fully manifests, for that is the heart in which miracles love to dwell. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. Sculpted for a joy you have not yet tasted. And I, Michael, am walking before you, your divine vanguard, clearing the path. That betrayal you endured. The one who wielded it will one day confront the cost of their choice. That door that closed violently. It was never designed for the version of you I am now revealing. That fear that held your mind hostage. It is melting in the heat of my manifested presence. So tonight, sleep not as a casualty, but as a conqueror entering rest. Sleep in the knowledge that a divine, unstoppable motion has been initiated on your behalf. Understand that you are no longer the same person who began reading this message. You have been shifted, elevated, loved into a new dimension of being. Before you sleep, whisper this final prayer of surrender. God, I do not know the how, but I believe you are working all things together. That is enough for tonight. That is the prayer that moves my heart. I will handle the logistics. If this word has stirred the waters of your spirit, if it has brought either a piercing peace or releasing tears, testify. Comment below, tonight, I sleep in peace. My miracle is in motion. And subscribe. For this is not a conclusion, but a commencement. More of this manna is coming, and you will need its sustenance. You are profoundly loved. You are vigilantly watched over. And May 26th will forever be marked in heaven as the day the turning began. Let the miracle arrive. Let the light return. You are ready. And I am with you, always, white heavy checkmark like counterclockwise arrows button share bell subscribe.